Okay, 18 and a half minutes into a few of my views. Corey Anton video back in 2012. He's saying one does not need afterlife and God and a bunch of other stuff. All right, yeah. I'm sorry I laughed so much. He's saying that one doesn't need a whole bunch of stuff to enter into a discussion of who are we, what is going on, and these interrogative pronouns. I don't know if he is aware or on what level he is aware, meta levels of these interrogative pronouns, how they work to puzzle the brain, to assume that there is a who or there is a what, to ask these kinds of grand questions, to send us, you, me, on a quest with this ion, this charged particle of language propelling the investigation. It seems like he's got to know that. He just has to know that. But maybe in expressing a few of his views, he has forgotten, or he's pretending that he doesn't know. I don't think he's pretending. I think he's seriously serious about communicating on a whole bunch of different levels. And so this type of way in which language works, he sort of brushes that aside, maybe for the sake of the conversation. And so it's really interesting how consciousness becomes involved in this two-ness, in this otherness, to converse, and for the conversinging. On the one hand this, conversely that. And so the dialogue is sort of a symphonic reverberation. He's got to know that. He says, which makes more sense, the universe always was or it came out of nothing? This reminds me of what my dad used to say, quick, 1 and 1 is 2 or 1 and 1 are 2? And it's a sort of a question that would stop us, or stop me, in my tracks. And as I got older, I saw Dad as being sort of a Zen master, even though he was just clowning around. But he was brought up, his parents were first generation from the Ukraine, from Russia. And they, in learning English, I think instilled in him a need to understand grammar. And he and my mom both instilled in me this love of words and meaning and proper grammar, and I just learned how to mangle it and twist it and mince it, because I think Dad was doing that quite a bit, correcting people but then messing with us. So to think that there is this pit that has a bottom that one might enter into to find out who, what, the universe, we, those kinds of things, that's a funny puzzle. It's a fun game. It's a fun quest to explain. I think I like Corey. I think he trips me out so much because he can be so real, and yet on another level at the same time, he knows what he's doing. And so there's this joy about him, I think, because of that, that comes through that. Yes, about 19 minutes in, I'm sorry. When you get to the end of the universe, what's on the other side? I see it as Mobius, that the end of the universe is the point of origin, and the beginning is the end. It begins and ends with each point, with each of us, with each individuation, with each instance of the universe. That is the beginning, that is the end. This is the end of time. This is the beginning of time. This is now. This is eternity. Time is created out of measurement. Watts goes into this quite a bit, to say longitude and latitude or the equator really exists. That's a confusion of the meal with the menu. It's fun stuff. Corey's got to know this. For me, it becomes a mystery when I see people that on one level they know, or they appear to know, and then on another level they appear not to know. And I'm the same way. On some levels I know that I know, And then on other levels, I go, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so I was drawn into their otherness and their game, whether or not they knew they were involving me by their words. Some people will involve others intentionally. I think Corey's doing it a little bit unintentionally here, that it's just part of who he is. Okay, he says in 1919 he's committed to the idea of many universes, multiple universes. It seems to me a lot of times I think about Earth as being an intersection of many universes, that for some people in their universe, miracles actually do happen. And in other people in their universe, miracles can't happen. They won't happen. And Corey might live in one of those physicalist, materialist universes like the Amazing Randy. There will never be any paranormal phenomena that can not be explained by science. It cannot be done in a laboratory. It's outside of the lab oratory. It's just not in that universe. But another person's universe, such as mine, for instance, and a whole bunch of other people who have this anecdotal evidence, there is no scientific explanation for it. And so some other explanation has to be concocted, has to be employed, another paradigm used to try to explain it if an explanation is sought. And I love to seek explanations. I love words. Okay, near the end of his talk here, he's going into intelligence as the sort of an essential, maybe perhaps along with the non-intelligence. But yeah, life certainly seems to have, it's almost like a teleological function. There seems to be an impulse of the universe to create, or create's not a good word, to emerge itself. It's almost undeniable when beauty is seen, so much that is inexplicable and incomprehensible in words, it can be felt. It's very remarkable. It might be safe to say it's beyond intelligence, that the universe, the cosmos, consciousness, whatever it is, the old third person singular, because you wouldn't want to use a they, it is, whatever it is, it's more like a Brahman, an impersonal ground of being out of which all else emerges. That could be a satisfying explanation. The word Om or Aum might cover something like that. The cosmos as sound, as vibration. Are these vibrations intelligent? Are they unintelligent? Does intelligence emerge out of them? They're neither intelligent nor unintelligent. Sometimes I like the idea of a field theory, that the field of consciousness, consciousness field, we are flowers, we are mushrooms of consciousness, as consciousness mushrooms, as consciousness flowers. But that's a reification of consciousness. It's just as bad or good as love or God or the universe. In a way, they're portions of the elephant, the old blind man and the elephant. Call it the universe, call it God, call it a word, call it the word. Does it matter? Well, it matters to some people. Don't call me late for dinner or a taxi. 20 minutes into his talk, I'm reminded of synchronicity and Jung's idea that a coincidence, a coincidence, when it means more than just two things happening at the same time, then consciousness opens up to this greater potential. It can be said energy matters. I think it could go without saying. 20 and a half minutes almost done. Corey uses the word given, that people have been given and they don't realize how much they have been given. That's almost like a God type of paradigm there. But he well, it was a great talk, and I appreciate Corey for putting it up there. Yeah, to say this is not a dress rehearsal, this is the main act. Still, the drama metaphor can be very appealing, that this is a play. Its seriousness can enter into the play. Some people can play for blood, play for keeps, play for real. To say this is real is one thing. To say this appears real is another thing. Earth really is, or Earth really appears. Life is, or life appears to be. Words, yeah. Life is full of words. Words are full of life. Yeah, all right.